Yo, this is my experience at Streamer University LA. So first we're gonna get into it. When I first got there, it was probably like 7, 8 o'clock. The line was already long. So it was good vibes. There was people walking back and forth. They had music playing, and it was cool. Secondly, we had people cutting. I ain't gonna lie. We had people cutting back and forth. That wasn't really cool, but it was the beginning, and it wasn't that deep at the time. You know what I mean? Because people was coming back and forth. Chocolate Uno. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but it's a black creator who does a lot of Hispanic like quinceañera dancing and stuff like that. Bro's goated. I ain't gonna lie. He had a speaker and a microphone, and him and his homie they was playing music in the line. I ain't gonna lie, they had it turned, but them having it turned was kind of messing it up. I ain't gonna lie. That line went from this to this, and then every time that line went from this to this, everybody started cutting. So I mean, for the people who did cut and get in, salute to you, man. Whatever. But for the people who didn't, bro, it's not the end. So yeah, man. After a couple hours, man, around 10, 11, we started getting closer and closer to the auditorium. And it was good vibes. You know, I was talking to people and having fun and just networking with people and stuff like that, getting IGs, Twitches, Instagrams, all that stuff. I said IG twice. Anyways, yeah, man, it was good vibes. It was good vibes in the line. I ain't gonna lie. But people was overly fanned out, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's one thing to be excited to see your favorite streamer, but it's one thing to be overly fanned out. And the crazy part is, most of us is over 18. You know what I'm saying? We adults acting like, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's one thing to like, oh snap, what's going on? What's good? But you running over here trying to be a part of the posse, that was part of the problem. I ain't gonna lie, because every time a famous person came, everybody flocked to them, and then after they flocked to them, they come and cut right back in line. Like, nah, man, once you move, you lost your spot, K. I ain't gonna lie. What else we got? Oh, man. Bro, so now it's like 1 o'clock-ish, you know what I'm saying? Kai decided to step outside. When Kai steps outside, I'm telling you, the people go crazy. It was civilized, and you know, we had good lines going. The cutting was to a minimum, but when Kai came outside, everybody went crazy. They had barricades, and the barricades was messing up. Everybody was pushing them over and jumping over them, and had their heads smashed against the front glass. It was ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie, I never seen nothing like that, man. You know, my community, we gotta do better, man. We gotta do better. We could have showed out, you know what I'm saying, and did the right thing. You know, I understand we was all excited, ready for the opportunity, you know, but it's a way to go about things, you know what I mean? Because if we would have all stayed in line perfectly fine, I feel like we would have got in, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we would have got in because the line was moving. But after that had happened, they took 2 hours to get the lines back going. 2 hours, gang. That's crazy. Just to get the lines back going. You know what I'm saying? We finally get the lines back going. I get like a little ticket or something. They say it's like priority, so we get in the priority line. And then after the priority line, we just standing there for like 2.5 hours. There was one dude conducting like the lines and stuff like that. It was crazy. There was probably like 500 to 1,000 people outside, and one guy conducting the lines. That don't make no sense. All love, but that's crazy. He needed some help out there, and then so we in line and stuff like that, and then after a few hours, bro, people just start hopping into our line because they think that we going somewhere because we got the ticket and they don't. Everybody like, you got the ticket, let's shoot dice for it. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay for it, bro. I'll shoot you a hot 15. I'm like, I'm good, twin. You know what I'm saying? So the waiting time was long. We ended up being in that line for like 4 more hours, bro. So from 1 to like 4 or 5, we were just sitting waiting. You know, they had to reconstruct the lines and everything. So it was cool. You know, we were all just talking and stuff like that. But it got to a point, you know, it's hot. People getting stressed out. people getting irritated, and it happens, man. You know what I mean? It happens. Can't everybody follow the rules, and I understand that. You know, it's hard for some people. But yeah, man. After that, man, it was a little crazy, man. But around 6 o'clock, they ended up closing it down. Unfortunately, I didn't get to get inside. Um, all love to the people who did get inside. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all get in the streaming. I'm still pushing. The online applications are still going, and you know what I'm saying. I have high hopes. You know what I'm saying, for this shit. Stay tuned in. AJ Seam on Twitch, and then underscore DND AJ on Instagram. We gonna run it up on God Stream University 2026. I'm in there. Bang.